What's going on, my friends on YouTube? Welcome into another Monday Night Live with Devil Dog Prepper. I am Devil Dog Prepper, for those that do not know. And I see a lot of familiar faces in the chat. So we will say some hellos. Hudson Valley Prepper and Survival, good to see you, my friend. Hope all is well. World 2 IC. It's getting close to your bedtime, so we'll hurry up and get into it. That way you don't miss nothing. Half-ass ready. Good to see you, brother. Hoorah. Right back at you. Yeah, I will, let's see here. JD Prepping Erie. Welcome in, welcome in. JBS. Bad Bobber, good to see you. S1085 says, hi, chat. Hi, Devil Dog Prepper. Welcome in, welcome in. Gen X Gemini, welcome in. Good to see you. Billy from up north, good to see you. KP Heathen is in the house, saying hello to everybody. PAEMT is in the building. Who else do we have? Katrinka was in the chat. I don't know. Is she still here? Hello. So, I'm tired. All I can say is I'm tired. Trying to get everything going and doing all the things I'm got on my list, and there's never enough time or never enough hands. So, but we do what we do and keep moving on. So I've been slowly building up the woodworking stuff. I got a few orders, some different variety things that I need to build. Still making the flags, the cutting boards. I got six more cutting boards made, and they turned out pretty darn cool, to say the least. But it's a select group of people that would be purchasing those. They're on the higher end, but it's expensive wood that I make it with. And I'm also going to get into making some less expensive cutting boards as well. So, but anybody that buys one of the cutting boards will never need another one. So it works out. I see Sister Marie's Kitchen is in the house. Good evening. Little Lone Prepper, hello. Love and life. Good to see you. OVP. I have to go back and catch your guys' live on World's channel with OVP, World 2 IC, and FS Ready. I was just busy and couldn't get away. And when I'm doing the woodworking stuff, I don't mess around with the phone, and I could have put it on and listened to it, but I was in my zone. So Love and Life said it was a good live stream, I bet, and I will catch it on the replay. Gnostic Nomad, welcome in. Cha-Cha is in the building. She's still alive. That's good. Haven't seen you lately, but welcome in. So, yeah, just my wife's pup had knee surgery on last Wednesday. So she is doing good, recovering. But it's a brutal surgery she had on her knee. So she's slowly gaining her strength back, and finally is eating and drinking. She went a couple days and didn't want nothing. And with her, that's not normal because she is a foodie. She will eat anything. So, but she's doing good. She's across the street right now, so she doesn't put any weight on her left leg when she walks. Her back left leg, she kind of holds it up, and then she hobbles along with the other three. So she's across the street at the park trying to get some exercise. Vet said to get her out three times a day and for a few minutes, 10, 15 minutes at a time. So, and I have two of my grandkids staying the week at Grandpa's house. So it is busy here at Double Dog Pepper's house, and loud, and yeah, so that's what's going on here. Robert Bates, welcome in. Gaps in prep. Good question. Yeah, so I've just been thinking of different things to talk about on my lives, and to get some topics and stuff, and that was one that popped up in my head. World 2IC, oh boy, grandkids, fun times. Yeah, it's noisy here, and I think a third one just showed up. So a third and fourth one, but two of them are staying the night for the week. So who else we got coming in here? Grandkids are fun when you can sugar them up and send them home, and but when they're staying here, we limit the sugar. So my granddaughter, the one that has been on my channel a couple times, she stays up as late as she can. So she's such a little shit. Yes, OVP. I'm glad. I'm glad she's doing good too. The abilities of veterinarians today to help animals is just crazy. So, but along with that comes a heavy price. So, one of the other reasons why I've been busy as hell is trying to pump out some of these wood products to make up for the surgery. So that was not cheap at all. So PA says that they're only a kid power generator, possible backup for a rainy season. Yeah, get a bicycle with an alternator and some batteries, and they want to watch TV. Get them pedaling. So JBS says best wishes for the pups. Save the sugar for about 20 minutes before sending them home. Yeah, well, they're here for a whole week, so we'll have to wait on that one. Jules, welcome in from up in Canada. So, Love and Life, for the current cutting boards that I have 6 right now that I have ready to go. They're 150, so they're made out of walnut, cherry maple, Paduke, purple heart, yellow heart, black limba, and let's see what else. Red zebra. And not all of them have all these woods. It's just different designs and stuff. So I do have a website that will be up and running when I can find time to sit down on a computer and finish it up. And when is up and running, I will let everybody know. So, but everybody's coming in here saying hello, hello. But Hudson Valley prepping and survival. This is very true. Man knows how to build a whole ass house and choose title. But yeah, let JBS has finally figured out the hand stuff. There you go. You can do it better on YouTube. Hey Hutch, welcome in, welcome in. PJ, hello, hello. Good to see you as well. But yeah, so we'll jump into this. For anybody that I didn't say hello to, hello, and I will catch you at some point. But we're gonna get into filling the gaps. So uh, I go into my pantry, obviously, to get the stuff out of it. I have a long-term pantry. I have my short-term pantry or working pantry, or I guess it would be short-term, and then I have my everyday working pantry that's in the kitchen. And then I just constantly rotating the stuff out. Obviously, during COVID, I stocked up a lot of extra stuff, just like most people did. And some items I have uh, way more than what I've ever had. So uh, at first, we didn't really touch the downstairs storage room, and it's about, I don't know, maybe 15 by 20. And I built shelves in there, and it's stocked full to the gills. So I redid our upstairs pantry, our working pantry that's in the hallway, and then we have our big cabinet in the kitchen that we primarily work out of when we're cooking. And so I'm just constantly rotating um, things in and out, all the canned goods. So I am trying to get everything organized. If you look at my stuff, it looks like a stinking grocery store because everything is in rows. For example, like corn or peas or green beans, I have from front to back, all the way to the top, whatever, and it's all faced and everything. And then, so as my working pantry gets low, then I'll come downstairs and grab a case or whatever, and bring it up and put it in there. Try to rotate the stuff, and then once the downstairs is getting low, then I will go to the store and uh, resupply it. But like with the canned goods, as far as vegetables and stuff like that, I am weaning out store bought stuff and putting in my canned goods that I can myself. Modern Refuge, welcome in. Good to see you. And you're absolutely right, Hudson. Um, Organization is key to success. So I've been meaning to find this one website. The guy sells a program. It's on, I believe it's like an Excel program or something that you can plug in all your stuff, and it literally tells you how many calories and I mean just everything. You can pretty much build it however you want. And I've been looking into it, but the only thing is I don't know how well it works if like a grid down situation and you don't have internet or whatever uh, to access any of that information. So I have my own Excel spreadsheet that I work off of, and there's clipboards in all three pantries that when you take stuff out, you mark it on there and cross it off. And that way, I know how much I need to get in. So Prepper Nerd Inventory System. Yeah, I think something like that. Yep. JD Prepping Area says we always make sure and date all of our cans when we get them and best by date. Yeah, I didn't do that at first because I was more worried about stocking up. But when I redid our hallway pantry, I started doing that. So everything is the labels facing forward, and I have the date, a best by date on there. It works out pretty good, but it makes it easy to see your gaps when you have that organization like Hudson Valley Prep and Survival said. Um, the pantry, I'm sure it's just like everybody else's. I don't know, but I know before I redid the pantry, I had peas on a couple different shelves, and I had baked goods here and everything. So now everything has a spot. Everything is labeled on the shelf, on the face of the shelf. So by now, we know where everything's at. So Modern Refuge says we leave our stuff a little messy. That way, at quick glance, we don't look like professional preppers. There you go. Yeah. Grit and Grace, welcome in. Good to see you. Billy is last minute packing in the car. Safe travels wherever you're going. But yeah, it just gets you thinking when you open up your pantry and see what you're missing. And like I said, uh, the main reason for my garden and why I plant so many of the items that I do is I'm trying to wean out store bought canned goods, vegetables, and stuff like that, and do my own canning. One, um, I did that to start off with, so I could learn how to do it. And now that I know how to do it, I enjoy doing it, and also I know what's in it. So um, in a time of need, uh, when there's no electricity or whatever, which I have not done yet. I have not canned over open fire, which I think I might try to do that this year, but I do it over propane outside. I have a little setup out there that I do it. So, yep, keep stuff out of sight. Absolutely. OPSEC is a huge thing, and so when we have guests over and stuff like that, there's a very select few people that know that have been to my house and has seen some of the stuff. There's not very many people that have seen everything that I have or that I do, but the people that do are part of my group, um, and I've seen their stuff, and I'm not worried about it. So, what's a good outdoor stove for outdoor canning? So I have a Camp Chef 4 burner, and or yeah, 4 burner, and I also have a 2 burner. And I started off with the 1 burner, just a regular propane stand that I used. But as I built up my canning stuff, I have when it's time to can, I bring out my table that I made and my processing for my tomatoes. So I do all the skinning of the tomatoes and cook them down, and then I have my sauce press that I get out, and then I do all that stuff and then can it up. But um, yeah, look at a Camp Chef. I mean, there's all kinds of them out there, and yeah, um, you're absolutely right, Mike. And then hooks up to a 20 propane tank. Um, I actually have a system where I have 100-pound tanks for uh, long term if something were to happen. I store up some 100-pound tanks and my cabinets out in my shed. So, but in a grid down situation, that stuff's not going to last that long, and you're not going to be able to refill. So, yes, that's the one burner turkey fryers. Yeah, I what I started off with. They work good, but I try to upgrade from that, and my camp chefs they work out pretty good. So, are you can on fire pit? Okay. Yeah, I think I want to try doing that this year. Um, just that way I know how to do it. I mean, that's how I did with the garden and my seeds and everything. I mean, my first year I started off, I think, 400 plants from seeds. And did I really need that many plants? No, but I did. And I wanted to see if I could do it and then how many of them actually grow. And I was shocked to see all the seedlings coming up. And then I had to expand the garden. So, let's see here. 75, 90 minutes canning time, the size of pressure canner, etc. might be a bit much for butane. Okay. Vision preparedness is in the house. Welcome in, brother. Sure you had a busy day as well. Gotcha. I was wishing everybody a good time at I'm assuming it's the Missouri bug out that you're talking about. Day 3 GS Farms, welcome in. Welcome in. But yeah, so filling in the gaps. We with the grandkids coming over, they forgot their toothbrushes. So I opened up my tote that I have all my stuff like that in it, and I label everything. All my totes have all labels in it, and then also I have my clipboards that say what you know each tote is numbered and each shelf is numbered. So when it comes to that kind of stuff, I overdo it, but I know where my stuff's at. But with the grandkids coming over and them forgetting their toothbrushes, I went into the my prep room and get them a toothbrush, and there was a container, the big pack of toothbrushes, and so I get it out. There was only one of them in there, so I had to break open another one. So I mark it on my list of things I need to get to make sure my stock is up. So, but yeah, learning how to do your own canning. Um, I'm gonna do more of that this year. Um, some items that I don't grow just because of my space, which corn was one of them. So I have a place that I can get uh, sweet corn pretty cheap, and I just go get a bunch of it and I can it. And I'm always trying to learn new things. And last year I did corn broth. I seen somebody else making corn broth, which is good for vegetable soup or corn chowder or whatever. So after they get done cutting the corn off the cob, they take the cobs and they boil it in water, and it makes a golden. In fact, I have one right here. So that is corn broth, corn stock. So, but yeah, try not to waste anything. If there's a way of making something else, I do it. So, Grace Chacha says, "Love to Merle." Now, Grace, I have a question about your cows. So, are you uh, growing them to butcher them? Are they farm pets or what? What's the plan? And that's Tina, you're right. Throwing the stuff into the compost. That's one thing I'm going to do this year is make my compost pile. Um, that way I can have that for next year. Good and Gray says, no pets on my farm, all for a purpose. Absolutely. Good to know. Modern Refuge, yeah. Corn cob jelly. I heard about that. I haven't tried it. I may try it and see how it goes. So we can what we can, and what we can we eat. There you go. So learning how to preserve this stuff. We freeze vegetables, we can vegetables, we dehydrate vegetables, and now we will be freeze drying vegetables, and amongst other things. Teresa, welcome in. So corn cob jelly was one of my first videos. All right, I'll have to go check that out. Let me see here. I'm pretty sure I am subscribed. I am subscribed. All right, I will check that out. Modern Refuge. Made a failed attempt to freeze drying cranberries, so I pureed them with orange marmalade, and I am using it for fruit spread. It's consisting of apple butter, really good, awesome. So see, uh, failure turned into a success, so that's always good. I have made plenty of mistakes in my preparedness journeys. Um, last year, or no, was it last year? I think it was last year. I screwed up 45 quarts of pickles. And so I learned what I did and what to do and what not to do. Luckily, I was able to get another batch out. So I got another 45 quarts of pickles done that year. I was able to get the cucumbers for that. So I had the pickles. So you can turn fruit scraps into fruit leather with a dehydrator. If you screw up, no big deal because you're using fruit scraps and peels to make it. Awesome. There you go. Hopefully this is a good pickle year for me. I'm about out. Yeah. I my spicy pickles go pretty darn fast. So I'm gonna have to double that up this year. I've done blueberries without poking. They work fine. Okay. Peach butter. Okay. Yeah. So learning how to do all that kind of stuff to help with your survival and stuff. And I like I was going with the whole toothbrush thing, and then when I went into my prep room, I seen um, some items that were getting low, and I haven't been doing the best job of updating my Excel spreadsheet. So one of these days, I need to get back on the computer and updating that. That way, I can print off a list of things that I need, and with that Excel spreadsheet, I'm learning how to do things to where you can do your columns and it adds. So like if you have, let's say, canned peas, and you have 100 cans and you want 150 of them, then this cell says you need 50 cans. So there's a way of doing all that kind of stuff. So I'm learning Excel spreadsheet a little bit to be able to do that, and it helps with organization and maintaining your levels that you want. So grape leaf in every jar. Okay. Good to know. Aqua Donkey Prospecting, welcome in. Good to see you. That's a name I have not seen. So, what has everybody been up to this weekend and today? Anybody do anything fun, exciting? I went to my buddy's house. They had a festival in their neighborhood, so I set up a tent, my canopy, and tried to. Hold on a minute. I gotta. I set up a tent and sold some stuff. So vision worked. Getting Grace planted all day. Yeah, I got to finish up my garden. I'm almost there, so I'm hoping in the next day or so I can get that all finished off and be done with it. So OVP is just working. There you go. I went today to the sheriff's department. My dad was telling me he went to renew his CCW. So I got my CCW out and realized that it was expired by a couple weeks. So I called and made an appointment to go and update it and to get my CCW renewed. So I did that today, and then I got the pups their tags from the dog warden. I guess they're going. It's so crazy. I don't understand it, but they're going door to door in our county, making sure that all the dogs have their dog licenses. So in order to not have to deal with any consequences with that, I made sure that I got their updated dog licenses. You have to research CCW next year. So it's not you got to go through a class, or you got to just do an application. In Ohio, technically you don't need it. Ohio is a concealed carry. If you're an Ohio resident, you can carry concealed without a permit. But I do it for my reciprocity and the other states that I go to. So, oh wow, you got to go to a class. All right. How often do you got to do that? How many years is it good for? I think ours is 5 years in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. Rip Curl Readiness, good to see you. Welcome in. But yeah, making sure that you fill your gaps in. I was just looking. I've been so stinking busy trying to get shit done that I haven't even sat down to even look at what's going on in the world, and um, even be on YouTube watching my videos and stuff, and watching your guys' videos. I've lacked at it, and I apologize. I've just been trying to get things done, but looking at the news on the internet, and it's crazy. So I just happened to Google something before I came on the live. So the average household has less than a week's supply of food on hand, according to research. Some households may choose to store more food, potentially for emergencies and simply for convenience, but most people indicating they have roughly a week to 2 weeks of food in their house. And that just blows my mind. I don't know if it's financing, but still, you can slowly build up your pantry and just look at what's going on. I mean, LA is rioting um, over people that are not supposed to be here, and it, I don't have to tell you guys because you guys are all doing it, and if you're not doing it, then get to it, So, um, but I think most of you guys are all in the same mindset as myself and the others in the chat. But it just blows my mind that the average household has less than a week's food supply. With all the craziness going on in this country and this world, you can add to your pantry little bit by little bit. That's how I started, and I'm sure that's how most of you guys have. JD Prepping says, Mr. We found the trick. Make sure you cook it long enough to thicken it up. I missed what he is talking about. But Gen X says, I have a lifetime carry permit. Then Indiana went constitutional carry. All right. My home state has constitutional carry, but it's every American's duty to uphold the Constitution by ignoring laws that infringe it. I don't know if you guys can hear the elephants upstairs, but they're stomping. So I send a text. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Nascent Homes, Nomad. People need to protect that and stand up for it. Now, what's going on in LA is not standing up for the Constitution. Those, in my opinion, are a bunch of idiots. And hey, I watched a couple of videos of them throwing concrete. They were busting up concrete poles and throwing this stuff at cop cars and whatnot. And then I watched another video of a lady who got shot by a rubber bullet, and then they were bitching at the cops for not helping her. They're like, well, it's your duty to serve and protect and to render aid. But they were sitting there bitching at them for doing their jobs. But then when they need them, then they want them to do their jobs. So, yes, 700 Marines are being deployed. I just seen a thing pop up on my phone. 2,000 more National Guardmen are being sent to California for that crap. So hopefully they go in there and thump some skulls and these people rethink their futures. So as Fast Ready said, half the folks can't read the Constitution if they had to. Yeah. I have a copy of it in my truck in each vehicle, and I have one here. Thought I had one down here, but must not. But yeah, so fill those gaps in. Stay organized or get organized. That way you can build the gaps and so you don't have gaps. So Teresa is lurking, have to fold laundry. There you go. But yeah, it's not something that you can sit back and it's not going to do it itself. So you gotta do that. You gotta plan for it. That's why I do my garden the way I do. I think I can cut back a little bit, but at the same time, it's something I enjoy doing, and you never know what may happen. Last year, the bees were an issue. The lack of bees was an issue for pollinating. So um, the crops weren't as plentiful as they were in other years. We got Craig the Hunter. Welcome in. Good to see you. Blue Butterfly. Hello. But I will put the link up if anybody wants to jump on and say hello or has anything to say. But yeah, I'm just trying to get the last bit of the garden. I think I got about 20 more tomato plants I got to get put in, and the garden will be done. So I had a bunch of other stuff I had to get going. The pool had to get opened up and whatnot. So Blue Butterfly says we had tiny bees, plenty of crops. So there you go. Vision is doing what he does best, and that's feeding his face. And I'm sure Cole is sitting there staring at him, wondering where his food is at. Coach Lincoln, I don't know if I said hello to you, but welcome in, brother. Oh, yeah, it's just been a crazy last week, busy. So with the dog having surgery, I haven't slept very much, worrying about her. I don't want her to get up, and she's slowly getting around, but I didn't want her to get up when she has to go to the bathroom. We live in we got stairs, so I don't want her going up and down stairs. She's not supposed to, so I have to pick her up and take her outside. Actually, Cole is snoring. Okay, I was wrong. You won't hear that very often, though. OVP says, sounds like there will be a bug out weekend 2025 part 2, allegedly. Good to know. Good to know. Coach Lincoln's day was shenanigans and not the good ones. Vision is eating homemade lasagna. That sounds good. I think we're having sloppy joes and french fries. Uh-oh, the Cole snore. Happy dog vision. Dogs are good. Even though she had knee surgery, she's still smiling. And it's so funny because she'll just sit there and look at you, and her face will be straight, and then she cracks her smile. It's hilarious. And then she gets really happy, and she'll start wagging her tail, and it'll hit the couch and start thumping. Blue Butterfly says, "Can I bug out now? Will not be a happy house." Too soon to tell. Fall bug out weekend. Well, if there is, they will come. If they're not, they won't. So, Craig, you're absolutely right. Knee surgery for dogs ain't cheap. So we had a Pomeranian that passed away a few years ago, 3 years ago to be exact. So she was 6, and about 3 years before that, so 6 years ago, she had knee surgery, and it was $1,500 for that little shit. And then this dog here, which I think she weighs 48, 49 pounds, nowhere near the size of Cole. But yeah, it was $4,000 do that knee surgery. So, needs to say, I need to make some more woodworking stuff so I can recoup some of that money because that dog will not bring a paycheck into this house. So, Gypsy, welcome in. Good to see you. Got some good iced tea. FS Ray said, sounds like you need to invest in some doggy knee braces. You know, they make them. They actually make them because this dog tore her ACL a year and a half ago running in the neighbor's yard. So they live in between us and the park. And their neighbor has a dog that likes to run up and down the fence. So our neighbor says that we can let them in their backyard anytime. And so that's what they were doing. And my brown dog clipped the black and white dog and tore her ACL a year and a half ago. So we ended up buying a knee brace that was made for dogs off of Amazon, and it worked for a while because she was able to get through a year and a half with no problem. And then it just started getting worse and worse and worse. And the big bad Marine that I am still has a soft heart for pups. So I said that she needed to go get it taken care of. So that's what we did. And you know what? It's just money, and they print it and we make it every day. So we'll be all right. So just have to work a little harder. Rabid Coyote, welcome in. Good to see you. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of that. Um, you know, it's not that hard to just look for the deals, especially around holiday season. That's when I do a lot of my stocking up. Um, 4th of July, Memorial Day weekend, Thanksgiving, Christmas time. A lot of canned goods go on sale. Um, I know in the Ohio chat with the Ohio gang, we put on the chat whenever we go to the store and we see a sale or something. I'll put on the chat whatever. If I find something good at Costco, I'll put on there. But I shop many different stores. You know, I don't just give my business to one store. I go wherever it's the best deal at. So, um, yeah, you know, you got to do what you got to do. So, which is one of the reasons why I got into canning, because I wanted to learn how to do it. And also, if there's ever a time where um, there aren't no stores open, then you still got to have food. So, Blue Butterfly says, some people are my support network. Many thanks. There you go. Find your group. If you don't have one, you know, I've talked to a couple people. As a matter of fact, one person that I have in my group, I actually met on another YouTube live. Found out that we live pretty close together, and so uh, it is what it is. Ohio Valley says, if little Reba needed knee surgery, she'd get it. Love my doggy. Absolutely. Oh, believe me, I've had a couple people think I'm nuts for spending $4,000 on a dog. And actually, my buddy said that he'd have just taken his dog out behind the shed. I'm like, that's a no. I don't want to hear that. I'm not. That's not me. You do you. I do me. So, Envision, you are absolutely right. Community is necessary. Yep, absolutely. You're not gonna survive long if you're by yourself. You got that, Cha Cha? Who else I see coming in? Prepared for. Welcome in. Where did you learn canning? YouTube. I not only YouTube, but I bought the canning books, and that's how I did it. It's not once you get over the fear of a canner exploding on you, which by the way happened to me. I wasn't even canning. Well, I was canning. I was using my pressure canner as a hot water bath canner. That way I could double my capacity. And I don't know. I didn't turn the lid. I didn't lock the lid. I just sat it down. Well, it created a vacuum and it started building pressure. So I went to open up the lid and it freaking splashed hot water all the way down. I had a shirt on, but the hot water still, I ended up getting third-degree burns on my neck and my chest area. Ended up having to go to the emergency room, but needless to say, I don't use my pressure canner as a hot water bath canner anymore. So I went out and bought another hot um, pan for hot bath. So Blue Butterfly said she had one explode. Yeah, I mean that's always a thought in your head, but you just gotta get over that, and once you get over that fear, and it, you got to do it by the book, until you get good, and you want to do that rebel canning, then go about doing it. Um, I did a little bit on my pickles, um, but I'll leave that as that. So, Horseman Vision Preparedness. There you go. If you do canning, whether it's vegetables or fruits or meat, put a one in the chat. I'm curious to see how many people actually do canning. Prepared for there's a million YouTube channels out there. I mainly go off of my ball canning pressure canning book that I have for my hot water bathing and pressure canning. So I do watch several different channels. I don't really have one that I recommend. That's just I would say one, but I asked a question on it one time, and the content creator was kind of rude, so I unsubscribed from that channel, and I'm not going to mention them. So, but beef stew, absolutely, absolutely. We do chili. We do um, chicken noodle. We do all the vegetables, all that kind of stuff. I do meat. I do pork. I do beef. I do chicken, and my I absolutely love my canned chicken. So yes, you're right, Blue Butterfly. No room for rudeness. You know. So he who shall not be named. Yeah, I would name it, but I'm not. That's just the way I feel. So, Rabbit says buy number 10 cans and recan them into smaller portions. Save you time and money that way. Yep, absolutely. I do that with a lot of stuff. So, obviously, with my beef, I buy a half a cow each year, and I I don't have to break that stuff down because when I call the butcher shop, I tell them how I want my stuff packaged, and that's the way I get it. As the team says, I've been on the receiving end of rude content creators. My time is just as valuable as theirs, so bye. When they're not welcomed by that guy, he makes it evidently clear. Yeah, I mean, we as content creators, and I will apologize to all of you that are subscribed to my channel. I have failed to um, put much content out this year. Um, Obviously, y'all know that I had brain surgery, and I'm not using it as an excuse no more. I need to get it out. I have video. I have recorded some. I just time is just the issue. Trying to get it edited and put out and whatnot. So I do apologize. I need to do a better job. Um, so I will leave that as that. I apologize. So you shall not pass. You say you shall not pass. Oh wait, wrong chat. Chacha, I've been feeling good. I mean, physically, I'm good. You know, it's just the headaches are still there. The tingling sensation is still there. So I actually got to make an appointment with the neurosurgeon to see what we're gonna do next or whatever. So, but yep. Thank you for asking. Yes, there are some rude ones out there. Absolutely. Lightly brown your hamburger and put in taco seasoning into it. Yep. You know, I canned up some hamburger. I'm not the biggest fan of canned hamburger, but I guess in a time of need, it won't matter. So, um, when a person's hungry, they will eat. So, I'll just say that. Hudson Valley says life happens. Don't stress. Airsoft video still on the camera. Yeah, I know, but it's been way too long since I've put any content out there, and now that I'm feeling physically able to do pretty much most things, um, I need to get back doing it. So, and most of the videos I have aren't edited anyways, and if they are, it's done on my cell phone, so it's not a big deal. So I just need to start doing it. Jericho, welcome in. Good to see you. You are a new name. Welcome in. When you can buy meat on sale. Yep. So yeah, I do I do pork, I do chicken, I do beef, and all that kind of stuff. So when I did the chicken, I got to find a new place to get my chicken for Canyon because the crap that they sell at my grocery store, um, I'm not a fan of it. So Hudson, I do have a question about your airsoft. Did you get your butt kicked by the 16-year-olds, or did you show them a thing or two? Oh, yeah, I appreciate that. I just need to do it, you know. So um, when I started this, and I'm still learning. I don't know exactly how to do all the crazy things with editing videos. On most of the videos, 99% of my videos are just edited on my phone, and you're allowed to do four things on it. And I mean, it is what it is. I will get some content out, and we'll go from there. So both got a few of those little shits that G All right, awesome. I have a new one, and my mom gave me one that's about 40 years old. You must be talking about a pressure canner. There you go. Yeah, I mean, my first canner, I still have, I still use, and then I upgraded into All American canner. They are awesome, but they do the same thing as my not so awesome All American canner. So Ohio Valley Prepping says he's technology handicapped myself. It's all good. Yeah. The thing about it is, I have a really cool editing software on this computer. I just don't know how to use it. So, my neighbors, if you're listening, You said you would help me, so I'm waiting. You'll see soon enough. Place is cool as hell, even in the pouring rain. There you go. That is awesome. But yes, Ohio Valley Prepping, I am too technologically handicapped as well. And Vision is asking for help. What do you need, brother? What's Ghost Lincoln saying? But yeah, so that Ohio Valley says took me 20 minutes the other night to figure out my laptop camera had a shutter. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying, Vision. Allegedly, you know a tech guy, DDP. I do. I do. We'll have to figure that one out. So my neighbor who gave me the actual computer and the that I'm using right now for this live, who downloaded the software for it, I could call him up and he could actually log on to the computer and fix it. So that's what he does for a living. That's what he does for his customers. He just logs onto their computers all over the country, all over the world, and fixes stuff. So pretty cool. PJ is leaving. Have a good night. Stay safe and fill those gaps. All right. Blue Butterfly needs help with broccoli. Well, you're in the same line as me. I have not been able to do that broccoli stuff for the last 2 years. First 2 years I grew a garden, I had more broccoli than I could eat. The last 2 years have been crap. So yeah, I seen that. You had to go buy a new computer for 0 hour live stream. There you go. Well, now you got something to do your live streams on, and I will go watch your live tonight when I'm sitting down in my massage chair, and I will watch your guys' live stream. I look forward to it. Yeah, I was waiting for someone to put some smart ass comment about filling the gap, and here we go. I got to fill the gap between my ears. At least that's what my wife tells me. Hey, you're not the only one. It's too funny. Yeah, I was thinking about that half-ass ready, but then Vision and Hudson Valley Prepper and the Roaming Prepper came out with the Four Horsemen, and so I just do my live streams, and if anybody ever wants to pop up on the live stream, or if anybody wants to be a guest on my channel, then we can work stuff out. But I think like the Four Horsemen, I think, and the now your guys and stuff, that there's a lot of times information and gets out there that maybe not would be on a regular channel, you know. And I enjoy those types of communications on YouTube. So JBS says his IT skills as far as turning off and back on again, then I make sure it's totally broken if that don't work. Yeah. Blue Butterfly says nobody do broccoli. And why is that? If one of my mods could drop half-ass Ready's link to his channel, I appreciate it. And as Vision says, the Four Horsemen ride tomorrow on his channel, Vision Preparedness, at 7:45. But don't forget to go watch Turmoil Tuesday at 6:30 on Vision Preparedness's channel. Maybe one of the mods. Oh, there you go. Watch this half-ass Ready. do this. All right, half-ass ready. Type something. Let's see if he does. See, look there. You're blue now. You got a wrench. Hudson says he will randomly go live tomorrow for Too Soon to Tell Tuesday. There you go. Well, you got a Monday live, a Tuesday live, a Wednesday live. You're a busy man. And you're doing all that tiling work and stuff. You're going to come up with a Thursday and a Friday live too? You got to take a break sometime, right? Adam B, welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, subscribe to all 3 channels so you don't miss an episode. There you go. If Ahmad would drop World 2IC's channel and Ohio Valley Prepping's channel, I'm cool with that. That'd be great. Because as the great leader of the Ohio gang says, we grow together, one subscriber at a time. So, what's going on, Adam B? Got anything to say to the 30 people in the chat? Any preparedness stuff? Might not make it Monday. Too soon to tell Tuesday. We are going to die Wednesday. Though we were supposed to die Thursday. Fucking Friday. All right. Take the weekend off. Oh my gosh, you cracked me up. Too funny. Turns you blue, then puts you to work. There you go. Absolutely. That is awesome. World 2IC says, thank you. You're absolutely welcome, brother. You know, you gotta shout out the channels to help other people out, because Lord knows you guys have all helped me out and mentioned my name on your channel, and I greatly appreciate it. So between all that and your guest slots, you are a busy man, Mike. Yes, he is very busy. I have a zoo upstairs. I can hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear the thumping, but I can hear it. Adam B, give it out. I'm not worried about nothing here. 125 is in the building. Welcome in. You were late, but you were here. So, oh, here comes my granddaughter. Oh, my granddaughters. You got you princesses want to say hello? All right, come on. Hi, baby girl. Say hi. All right, come here. Check this one out.
Hi.
This is my grandson and my granddaughters. Say hello.
Hello. Hello. One of these? One of these, or you want one of these? Neither. You don't want neither. I'll bing, 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 dang.
All right. What do you? What's your dress of?
Snow White.
Snow White? Oh my goodness. You don't have a dress?
No.
No?
But you know what it says?
What does it say?
I don't know.
Oh, let me see. Juicy.
Juicy.
You crazy. Let's see. So look, all these people over here are saying stuff. They're saying, hello, guys. Oh, I love Snow White. Gotcha says she loves Snow White. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival says Snow White. Well,
Bye-bye.
you leaving? All right. Go upstairs and I'll be up in a little bit. This one, he wants to fight. I just see it. Someone's gonna get pounded here in a little bit.
Hey.
All right, go upstairs. Go on. I'll be up in a little bit. Yeah. He's got Spider-Man on. That's right. He's got to learn sooner or later, and who better to show him how to do it than Papa. So, oh, thanks. Thanks for the confidence there. I took him to the store yesterday. He wanted some Legos, and holy crap, are Legos expensive? My goodness. So he got it. He's 7 years old, so he's getting into them. And it was like $30 for just a little box. And he's just begging hard. And I said, well, if I can punch you in the stomach, then I'll let you get it. And so he put his arms down. He's like, all right, go ahead, but don't hit me too hard. So I didn't do it. He got his Legos. Hudson Valley says, my 21-year-old son still buys Legos. There you go. Just two. I had 3 girls under 5 years old back in the time. Fun times. Well, I have, let's see, you got 1, 2, 3 granddaughters and 5 grandsons. So, yes, you are right. Make great home alarm systems because they freaking hurt when you step on them. Absolutely. Yeah, they do make Legos for grown-ups, but that industry is making some money. Yep. When my son joined the Marines, he ordered lots of Legos. There you go. Well, if they got 3 totes full of Legos, he's got a good investment. They could sell them. But yeah, grandkids are wonderful, and they're good kids. So when they call me Papa Gorilla because my granddaughter, the one in the Snow White dress, went to the zoo and they saw a gorilla in the cage or in the whatever, they were behind glass outdoors. She pointed at it and said, hey, look, it's Papa. So they all started calling me Papa Gorilla. So they get me little gorilla stuffed animals and everything and say, hey, it's you. He needs them at his freaking house. Oh, yeah. So they're at your house now? Absolutely. There you go. Look. Gorilla. Yes. Yep. I'm going to sign off here soon. I got to go eat dinner, and the grandkids want to play. So I appreciate everybody stopping in tonight, and make sure you guys smash the like button. And if you don't mind, come back and putting a comment in on the video. Try to help the channel out a little bit more. And I Like I said, I will try to get some more content out here soon, and we'll go from there. So, Gymnastic Nomad, no problem. Good seeing you. And Rabbit says he's having coconut for dinner. Wow. Okay. There you go. But yeah, you have a good night, and remember to stay safe, stay vigilant, and stay prepped. We'll see you next Monday at 8, if not sooner, on another live. Until then, have a good night.